Alright, so any idea what this is? It's titanium though. It's one of those. So the weight savings is massive. This weighs 60 pounds. No, it doesn't weigh much at all. But I just wanted one out of titanium. I mean, why not? We can build it, right? So I built 2 of these. Like there. There's the car over there. Let me go ahead and put them on. And I'll show you what they look like. And I'll show you how we built them. Okay, so I'm going to change from the factory bolt. Again, it's not trying to make this a show area because it's really nothing to look at. It just looks like messy and complicated. There's all kinds of stuff in there. But again, it's kind of just plain. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. I was talking to someone on YouTube that said, why would you modify something? Why would you change it? You know, that's a car that should be left alone. Really? Everyone has their own opinion. I want to change from the bolts here to a stainless. I don't know if you can see that. Get it focused. It focuses on my face. They're like a dome. They're a stainless Allen. One thing to note, whenever you take a bolt out, I would recommend you use this stuff to put it back in. It's called NSX. We call it space grease. We call it space grease because it's silver, and growing up everything that went in space in the movies was silver. So I kind of nicknamed it space grease. Not to mention, if you get one little dab of this on you, you will take it everywhere. If you watch our channel, you'll know I've talked about that before. So hopefully if my fixture worked, these will go back into place. The rubber thing fits in there tight. A little bit of NSX on here because these threaded holes are aluminum. And whenever you put stainless into aluminum, it tends to build up like an electrolysis between it, and it's like a rust. And it'll damage the thread when you take it out. So a little bit of NSX. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap these up and put them aside for safekeeping. Go ahead and keep those nice, as I used to say in the Corvette world, keep these nice for the next guy. So we'll keep those and the factory bolts. That way if I ever need to put it back, everything is all together in good shape. I always tell customers, keep your used parts, your old parts. Anything that you take off the car, always save it, because in the event you get rid of the car, it isn't worth any more with fancy bits on it. And even if you sell those to someone for whatever, it's more than you would have had, and the car is easier to sell and modified. So always save your parts, don't throw them away, because you have a hard time getting them again. So I'll give you a close look so you can see that. So I'm not going to show you too much, but we have started on the new exhaust, the one with the valves. Just to give you an idea, these are titanium mufflers that we have made. They're same diameter as the factory ones. So when it goes through the muffler, it's going to be the same diameter. It should take a lot of the sound out. Then when the valve opens, it's going to go full 3-inch. It's going to be a larger diameter than the factory. And hoping the whole system is going to come in about half the weight of the factory system. One thing I want to point out, a lot of the systems out there that have the valves, they're vacuum or boost activated, where the factory NSX has electrically operated valves, which when you change the dynamic toggle, you're actually electrically moving the valves as opposed to just making them open with boost, which is some of the systems out there. Quick glimpse. This is one of our valves here. It has the electric motor in there. I'll show you a little bit more of that. It's just kind of like a tease. It's so you subscribe and click the bell and all that good stuff. So if you enjoy our content, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell. That way you get notifications, and it lets us know that you're enjoying our content, and if you're enjoying it, we will keep doing it. So that's what the car looks like. There's the pieces. Let me show you the back again. Remember the orange pipes? If you watched any of the last video, you'll see that we took the titanium pipes out and did some color matched So there it is. I'm liking them. To stand out, they're not too obnoxious, but they do bring a little bit of color in that engine bay, and you can see it through the window. I decided not to tint that window so you can actually see that. I actually like it. Again, it's not too obnoxious, the pipes are not too big, but it's enough where they stand out. This trunk, by the way, if you want an NSX, comment below, tell me what you think about this whole trunk system. It's got the electric open, but the whole closing thing just seems a little bit cheap. I really wish it had the electric pull down like the Corvettes do. And it's just so you don't slam it or you don't touch it. When the car's clean, I tend to use my shirt and I just kind of push down on it, and then the trunk would suck down. This one you find yourself slamming it half a dozen times. And anyway, comment below, let me know what you think about the trunk. So there it is. We've got the car up in the air right now because we are doing some testing with the exhaust. I'm not going to show too much because I want to tease you, so you'll tune into the next video. So okay, so I mentioned I'm doing a track day this Saturday. We're going to go to the firm, which is in Stark. If you have seen any of the other videos, the last time I was there I had the white ZR1. That video, I'll try and put it in the link. Just to give you a heads up, this car is the most expensive car I've ever driven or owned, and especially taking it to the track. I would recommend this. This is track insurance. You can get this through Hagerty, and it's basically going to cover you for 24 hours starting of the day of the event. You got to put the event down and the date, and I think it might have to be an organized event. I don't think it can be, you know, hey, I'm going to go race the car on this back road, I want to get insurance. I think it has to be an organized event, which the firm is a very well organized event. It's got some good rules. There's no craziness going on. You can't go trade in paint and pass in certain spots. Everything's is well documented on their site. So I take a look at that. But track insurance, I did get it, and I'm not even going to tell you how much it is, but it's less than what the bumper would be. So I think that's a good investment. Take a look at the firm. Their website is called gorally.com. A lot of tracks are going to tell you the same kind of rules. You have to have a certified helmet. I think they usually recommend, you know, long sleeves, long pants, closed toe shoes, that kind of thing. You got to remove your floor mats. They don't want the floor mats getting stuck in the pedals or getting stuck anywhere. So keep that in mind. The next video on the NSX is going to be the track event. We have 10 people going to this event, and I think 8 of those guys are friends of mine. So it should be, let me show you real quick. I looked at this last night. This is the group that is going. If you are on this list, hopefully you watch the video, because I'm going to try and get, and again, this isn't a let's see how fast the car is, let's beat everybody there. There is going to be some really fast cars there, and like I try and tell people, go there for the fun, don't go there for the competition. If you go for the competition, you're always going to be slower than the fastest guy. That's just how it goes, and I'm not that good of a driver to try and be a race car driver. I go for the fun. I don't want to race on the street. It's not safe on the street. I don't feel comfortable screaming around the roads. But on the track, everyone knows what's going on. There's no one coming the other way, no one coming out of a side street, no one walking their dog. It's just a track. It's you know the rules. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason why I should build titanium brackets. I just wanted to. That's just kind of what I do. So that's how it goes. Okay, so I teased this on the last video, and because this is called NSX stuff, I figured I would show you this. This was made for me by a good customer, Jeff. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I'm just going to show you this just so you can check it out real quick, and then I'm going to take it apart and show you basically how it works. But you see that's the NSX with the LHT logo in the background and the Swiss Tracks tiles. Okay, so this is a PC made, it's electronic, It runs on, looks like a 9 volt. Well, these are LEDs that he's created to make it look like a flame effect. This part here is 3D printed. And I mean, when you see it like this, it's 3D printed, right? But then when you look at it like this with the light coming through it, it's fantastic. So he made this and 3D printed this. This piece fits in here, and then he made different levels so you can change the effect. You can make this basically closer and further away to get the different sauce. You know, that is probably the most effective, but you've seen it in a couple of videos. Even when we did the LHT live, I put it in there on the desk, see if anybody would ask about it. Sometimes I like to just put things in there, see if anybody's paying attention, and then later on I'll tell you about it. But what a cool effect that is. Jeff, thanks so much. This is fantastic. He owns an S2000, by the way, but like all good car guys, he appreciates all cars. It's not just I own this, so this is the only thing I like. We've talked about that before. Okay, so to answer a question, somebody asked me about the NSX model and what brand it was. Well, it is, I think they pronounce it Maestro. Anyway, it's about a $20 model, and at the time it was the only one available for the NSX that was reasonably priced, and that's why we stripped it down and painted it, because it came red. But it's actually a pretty good model. So if you're looking for a model for your car, they seem to have almost anything out there. And again, it's not on the quality of auto art, but it is pretty good. And for 20 bucks, I mean, you can take it apart and paint it, and if you ruin it, you're not out a whole ton of money. So just a quick update, I didn't go to the race. I was sick. I got the flu, so I was in bed for 4 days. So luckily I canceled the track, and they said for once we'll give you a rain check. And the track insurance, I called Hagerty. They held 75 bucks, but they're gonna refund the track insurance money, which again is a big deal. And I really appreciate them doing that. And it just really sucks, because I was looking forward to it so much. The group that I was going with, cool bunch of guys, cool cars. It would have been really good content. I'd have had fun. I mean, what's better than driving your car around a track and then hanging out with friends? So that didn't happen. So they are renting the track, and they have invited me down there. It's March 14th. So the idea of this, we're going to bring a whole bunch of second-gen NSXs and hopefully set some records, see if we can get a whole bunch of 10-second NSXs all to go down the track. And of course, it's going to be cool to meet new people. And Chris from Science of Speed is going to be there, and we're going to be putting on the new Science of Speed downpipes for that event. So stay tuned. I will be taking cameras. I'll be taking all of my GoPros down there, all these cameras, everything I can take. I'll be getting as much footage as I can, so stay tuned for that. And you was expecting the titles to come, weren't you, V? Anyway, just a quick heads up, go ahead and subscribe if this is the first time visiting our channel. If you like what you see, stick around, hit the subscribe button. It does help our channel grow and lets us know we're doing the right thing and to keep making content. Also consider clicking on our playlist. The playlist is basically categories of videos that we've put in there. There's 2 or 3 different types of cars. Click on that, watch the videos. They're all along the same kind of category and the same type of vehicle. So hopefully you'll like it. If you do, hit the subscribe. Thanks. I'll see you on the next video.